Hi guys, welcome back to another video. This is part 2 of this series on helping you get started with what equipment to buy if you're on a low budget. If you missed the first video, then you can check out the first video by clicking this card here or there. I can't work out at the moment which side it will be on, but it will be somewhere. As before, a little disclaimer. I'm going to be mentioning a variety of brands in this video who I use to answer a few problems for me when it comes to video. I want to let you know that I'm in no way sponsored by anyone. Links to everything I mentioned will be in the description under this video, but currently I won't earn anything from these. They aren't even affiliate links yet. This channel is all about helping you find work freedom by harnessing the power of the internet to help you make money and in time become financially free. And to do that, you're going to need some video skills. So this channel is also dedicated to help you in that department too. If you're into that type of thing, please do stick around. If you're new around here, why not consider smashing the like button and the subscribe button if you get some value out of what you're watching, and especially if you don't want to miss any upcoming videos. Then remember to turn on that notification bell when you hit the subscribe button. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, seriously appreciate it. Let's dive in. The first thing we're going to look at in this video is editing software. People ask me all the time what I edit on. To be honest, it doesn't actually matter what you edit on. It's just a case of digging your teeth in and learning the software well enough to get what you need out of it. Now, I started on something called Magix Movie Pro, which I'm not even sure is still around, but I think it probably is. But some of the recent options are iMovie, which comes on every Mac computer, and there's something called Filmora as well. All of these I'm sure would have a ton of tutorials on places like YouTube. Now, a great piece of software to use that is completely free is DaVinci Resolve. I'll put a link in the description. I've not actually used it yet, but I know this is a very powerful piece of software used by a lot of pros, and it's completely free. So in many ways, that's your best option. Don't ask me why it's free, but all I know is it's an incredibly good offer and worth digging your teeth into, especially if you're on a low budget. I personally use Final Cut Pro, and it depends how serious you are about editing, but Final Cut Pro is a great investment if you already have a Mac. It comes in at £299 as a one-off payment, but it's well worth it if you want to get into video editing. I swapped over to this from Premiere Pro actually, which I used to use for about 10 years, but because Premiere Pro comes with quite a hefty subscription, I decided to cancel that and make the leap to Final Cut, and also enabled me to learn another piece of software. And I love it, to be honest. Final Cut is great, and I would highly recommend it. I also like to recommend an insane bundle including Photoshop Elements and Premiere Elements. This package comes in at a one-off price of £96, which is well worth it if you're creative and you're getting into photo editing and video editing. Highly recommend that. You'll find a lot of tools that are in the full Photoshop package in the Photoshop Elements software as well. So highly recommend it if you're into that type of thing. Photoshop Elements, by the way, is great for making your video thumbnails from scratch, and if you're interested in learning how to do that, then I've already made a video on that, which I'll put a link to up there or up there. Next, I want to talk about music. Now, if you're going to use music, you need to use royalty-free music, especially if you're going to be producing ads and online video and you don't want to be shut down by places like YouTube and Facebook. There's a few great options when it comes to royalty-free music. A few of the well-known ones include places like Epidemic Sound, Artlist and Soundstripe, MusicBed, and various other places too. These are all great options, however, they are all pay monthly or annual subscriptions. If you're on a budget, I'd recommend a place called audio.com with 2 eyes. The reason being is they have a bucket full of high quality, royalty-free instrumental and vocal tunes, just like the other places do, but they also offer a one-off lifetime fee, which is incredibly great value for what you get. And over time you could save literally hundreds of pounds compared to the other subscription-based companies. Also, you can use them in paid marketing without any additional fees, something you can't do with some of the others. They are amazing in my view. They even offer sound effects too, which you can buy as an additional package. Seriously though, don't take my word for it. Go to their website and check it out for yourself. Next, I want to talk about stock footage for your videos. When creating videos, it's a good idea to add some B-roll, but unless you've got tons of time and money and you can go to India and shoot a scenic landscape, then you want something like Storyblocks. You can pay monthly or annually for it, and for that you get access to a vast library of stock footage. It's a hugely valuable resource if you want to add some B-roll to your ads. Pixabay is a free video stock library, which is a good place to start. It doesn't have quite as much as Storyblocks does, but definitely worth checking it out to see if it meets your needs. Oh, and on the topic of free stock, I love using a place called unsplash.com for royalty-free photos, which are completely free to download. There's some insanely high quality images on there which have saved my bacon on a number of occasions. As I say though, Storyblocks is my go-to for a vast array of stock video. There are other competitors out there, but typically you pay through the roof for even one video, whereas Storyblocks you pay over time, which is brilliant. Next, we're going to talk about subtitles. When creating online content, you might want to consider using subtitles. You can generate subtitles for free using YouTube, I believe, but if you want an accurate way to create subtitles, I'd recommend rev.com. They offer a human-based service where someone actually types the subtitles for you, and they tend to be a lot more accurate than automatically generated services. Another place I do use is something called Clipscribe, which is an auto-generated subtitle service. Still pretty good, but I wouldn't say quite as good as rev.com. Both of these services allow you to upload the video to the site and actually can brand the subtitles onto the video for you. Or alternatively, if you know what you're doing, you can download something called an SRT file to use in your video editing software to further tailor it to meet your branding needs. Anyway guys, I hope this video has been helpful.
Hi guys, this is Future John. I thought I'll just interject before I say goodbye with a few other bonus tips on equipment that might help. Now, I want to just address a couple of things. So the first one being tripods. Apologies, this is going to be a bit of a rough demo, but I want to get this video out as soon as possible, and so I don't want to pull out my gimbal and make this all look posh. Just want to quickly grab the camera and show you what the situation is. So let me just take you over here to the tripods. Here we go. So let me just turn the screen around so I can see what I'm filming. So you can see here there's a couple of tripods here. We've got a sort of a professional tripod, which I think originally cost me about £700. It's from a company called Monfrotto. Basically they're the go-to in terms of good tripod manufacturers. This one's also Monfrotto, but this one was about £60 and can fold up really small and is good for sort of travel and things. Now the difference between these, just so you're aware, this has got a great sort of fluid video head, it's called. So you can see how it's turning really smoothly, and you can get some really nice pans with it. You can sort of do some really nice scenic landscape panning and things like that. Whereas this one is very sort of jerky and isn't as fluid. You can rotate it and it's fluid like that, but it just sort of is really cheap and sort of falls down. Now, if you're just starting out, obviously you don't need something like this. As I say, this was about £700. When I bought it back in 2012, I think it was, something like that. So yeah, you don't need something like this when you're starting out, but you want something that's fairly robust, and make sure you can extend it high enough. So something like this is a good place to start, but there's a ton of tripods out there. It doesn't need to necessarily be made by Manfrotto either. This is their logo there. But certainly they're a great brand to go with, and I would certainly stick with them myself. Next, I want to just show you something that I've just recently got that was really cheap from Amazon, but has been amazing in terms of creativity and sort of being creative really quickly. It's this arm here. So what I've got here is, sorry about the mess by the way, it's an arm that you can sort of bend out, you can rotate, you can you know, move it in whatever direction you want. I've attached a ball head. I think it came with a ball head as well, so you can swivel it around any which way you want. I've also bought a quick plate. It's probably a whole separate video on quick plates needed, but basically I put a quick release plate, sorry, on top of the ball head, and I've got a plate on the bottom of my camera, so I can quickly basically slot my camera into this and then be creative, talk to camera really quickly and go from there. So yeah, just wanted to show you that because I found that really useful, as opposed to pulling out these tripods every 5 minutes, which are obviously quite clunky. Just to have this already mounted, set up, ready to go with my camera. You know, I can quickly mount my camera and then point it at me, talk to camera. Really good for sort of spur of the moment, inspiring videos you want to get across to your audience. And the great thing is, this only cost about £30–40. I put the actual price on screen. I bought it from Amazon. I think it was about £30 or £40, even cheaper than that perhaps. I can't quite remember. I'll put the price up. But yeah, that's really good. That's been a really useful tool. The next useful tool that I want to show you is this little baby here. Now this is a teleprompter. Now back in the day, they used to be, you know, quite expensive. This I think was only about £50 from Amazon. It came from China, took quite a while to get here, but seriously impressed with the quality of it. Really durable, feels quite premium to be honest. It's sort of got a furry, sort of plasticky sort of feel to it. Leather, I assume, or it looks like leather thing, and you basically slot your camera on there. You can put a phone here, an iPhone for instance. I've got an iPhone, I've got an old iPhone I use, so I script, you know, my advert, I script a video, and then I put the phone there. In fact, I scripted most of this video. This is obviously me just talking off the cuff, but the bulk of the video you've just seen was scripted, and I filmed it through this. So I had my camera going through there, and then the iPhone was displaying words through a teleprompter app that I've got, which I'll, you know, put a link to, and then it bounces up there and you can film through it and you can read your script really clearly, and it works really well. It did come with a remote, so you can control it remotely, but I haven't used that yet because it was a bit fiddly to set up and I wasn't sure if it was 100% compatible. But anyway, so yeah, this is a great tool. As I say, it was only cheap. You can, you know, if you're filming on your phone, it's fine. You can get away with just the teleprompter app on your phone, but this in particular is great if you don't want to film on your phone and you want to sort of up your level, you want to level up your quality, and you want to use a camera. This is really great tool for that. And it means that you're looking directly at the lens as well, and you're not trying to read notes just above the camera or anything like that. So highly recommend that one. I'll put it in there. As I say, I'm not even sure if it's available anymore, but yeah, super useful, and I'm loving it. It's just absolutely perfect, and for the money it was just a steal, to be honest. So that's that. The next little quick thing I want to share with you is what I do in terms of hard drives. Now I talked about hard drives in my first video, and if you haven't seen that, click up there to go check it out. And I mentioned that nowadays I, for the most part, use solid state hard drives. Solid state drives, they're called SSDs, and I just want to show you my setup because it's been really useful in terms of keeping everything neat and tidy, and really efficient. It just means that I can plug, turn on the drives and get going. So let me just turn the camera around and show you that. So this is the setup here. Sorry, it's all handheld. So what I've got here is I bought a little bay to put 4 drives in. So I've got 4 SSDs here, all connected with a SATA cable, which I mentioned in my first part 1 of this video. I didn't mention this bay. It was only about £10 from Amazon. It works a treat. You slot the 2.5 inch drives in, and they've got sort of little shelves that they slot on, and they plug into this amazing Rishtec hub, USB hub. So I've got them all wired in there. I've got a spin up drive there as well. And the way it works is, in order to use one of your drives, you literally just press the button and it powers that individual drive on. And as you can see there's the blue light there. So it's powered it up, and now it's going through the lead into my computer, and I've literally just got this one lead. I won't eject it now because I'm about to use it and I've just powered it up. Got that one lead here going into my computer, this lead, which literally, if I powered all of these up, would mean that all the hard drives would fire up. So let's do that now actually. So if I power up that one, power up that one, power up that one, I'll leave it there, and then I'll just quickly show you the drives. Boom, boom. And you can see them all on my computer screen there, all coming through that single lead. So it's just a really neat, tidy setup. I know it looks a bit of a mess in terms of the wires, but in terms of efficiency, it's brilliant. You've got all the 4 drives going through there into there, and that was that.
Thanks so much for watching. If you got some value out of this video, please do hit the like button, and remember to subscribe for more tips on finding work freedom through starting an online business, and also for more pro tips on creating video content too. Alternatively, if you think I could have done better, then please do hit the dislike button and let me know what I could have done better. But if you did like it and you want to keep informed, then please hit the subscribe button, and especially if you don't want to miss any upcoming videos, then remember to turn on that notification bell when you hit the subscribe button. Take care guys, thanks ever so much for watching. Bye for now.